Hello, and welcome to episode one of a new subcategory. And it's your boy, History Boy, and we're doing episode one of um, objects, figures, and locations of legend. And today we're going to be focusing on the Norse storm and sea god, Ægir, who is in fact the maternal grandfather of the guardian of the Bifrost Bridge in Asgard, Heimdall, who, according to legend in Ragnarök, is fated to, or was fated to, face the trickster god Loki, who may or may not be also a relative of his in a roundabout way, due to his own mother being a relative of one of Ægir's brothers, the Jötunn, or giant primordial embodiment of fire, Loki, or Halogi, who is not Loki at all, but maybe vaguely related, but also not too vaguely related due to a maternal connection, making Heimdall, the protector of the Æsir, a bit of a mutt in his own way. Probably even more so than his father, Odin. The one constant of, Ægir's grandson, Heimdall, I guess, is that he was always born of 9 mothers, who were daughters of Ægir and his wife Ran, who was known for a cruel sense of humour, finding it funny to drag sailors and pirates down to the murky depths, while Ægir, also known as Hlér and Glér, I think I'm pronouncing that right, was also a god of brewing. So he had a cauldron that brewed the strongest mead or beer, and Odin's 2 sons, who, surprise, surprise, are half giant, Thor and Tyr, were sent to find this cauldron, and that involved the death of Hymir, Tyr's stepfather and or biological father. What counts is, I guess, with him is that Hymir the giant raised him. Thor and Tyr had different mothers. That ended up with the death of Tyr's beloved stepfather, which led to a bit of tension between the Thunder God and the God of War, which is what Tyr is. But they ended up finding the cauldron in the Lake of Nine, which led Thor, Tyr, and Odin to meeting Ægir and his wife Ran and the 9 daughters, which resulted in the birth of his, fourth son, Heimdall. The order of Odin's sons goes Thor, the god of thunder, of course, Merely, the god of travel, his twin. Then it's Nep, who is the father of Nina, the goddess of the moon, who was the wife of Baldur, one of Odin's much younger sons. well, much younger godsons, if that is even a word in that context. And which makes Baldur and his father-in-law half brothers, making Baldur also his wife's uncle. And yeah, the thing is with Ægir, he was an embodiment of the storms and the sea. Sometimes he was depicted with a trident, like I guess Poseidon, Triton, and Neptune. Also had a long beard, as was the fashion of the time, and well, it kind of, well, this picture I found made him look like, well, I guess the strangely like Odin, but kind of made out of ocean waves. So yeah, I'm also filming this in my room because, well, privacy, and I need to invest in new shite, proper setup and everything. So yeah, maybe I'll edit this at some point once I figure out editing. But fuck it if I know how to do that. And another tidbit about Ægir, aka Hlér, aka Glér, which I'm probably butchering the pronunciation again, is that yeah, that his father, Fionjot, is, according to legend, or was, the ancestor of the Normans, which eventually is how, well, how William the Conqueror came to be. He was a Norman. So yeah, interesting little tidbit. And another interesting little tidbit is that he had another embodiment of nature brother called Kari, who was the wind. So I may do an episode on him at some point. Actually, I might do an episode on all of Heimdall's maternal family. They're all quite interesting. Him having 9 mums who were ocean waves. They were all simultaneously his mum, his mothers, and his aunts. It isn't clear how they gave birth to him, or who gave birth to him first, or if a single one did, and etc. etc. And yeah, I may do an episode on Loki, the embodiment of fire, next. So stay tuned for that. Hope this wasn't too boring, as I was a bit rusty. I don't do these as frequently as I well, not should, but sometimes it's just a matter of being asked. And yeah, suppose you've already seen. I mean, technically, there's obviously more views to come, and comments are always welcome. They're all, particularly, yeah. But I see my video on my outdoors stuff is picking up traction, and it's being practically a day now, which is nice. So yeah, that was Ægir, maternal granddad of Heimdall, the gatekeeper of Asgard, embodiment of, well, at least part of the sea. Another embodiment of the sea is Njördr, who is the North Sea, who is from a different tribe of gods. Yeah, sometimes Ægir is associated with the giants, and sometimes is associated with the Æsir, Odin's crew, basically tribe. Due to either being sometimes half Æsir through one of his parents, or associated by being a close friend of Odin, and also his wife being classed as an Æsir, like Odin. Njördr being the Vanir, father of Freya, mother of Baldur. So there'll be more on, I guess, well, mythology in general, no particular order, I guess. Maybe. Next time. So stay tuned for that. So before I forget myself and don't know how to wrap this up, this is History Boy signing off.